Hello, everybody, and welcome to Two Waygooks in Korea. My name is Steven.
My name is Josh.
And we are both English teachers living in South Korea. And in this episode, our very first episode, we want to talk to you guys about Korean booking clubs.
Booking clubs. Not many of you know what a booking club is, but in Korea, there are different types of clubs. There's a regular kind of nightclub where you just go to dance. It's kind of like a regular Western style club. Go to dance, have a few drinks. And then there is a booking club.
Sometimes called a night.
Night. But basically, what a booking club is, you go, a group of your friends, same sex usually, and you go to a club, and they match you, they book you with a group of other people of the opposite sex, and you guys are supposed to talk and such, listen to some music, drink a little bit of bubbly, and get freaky deaky afterwards, apparently. But
well, let's just talk about our experience going. So one of the people that we met at Korean language exchange went to the nightclub, and I decided, hey, let's go, because I always heard about it. I wanted to see it.
Yeah, it's an experience.
Yeah, so we went. Unlike you just said, we didn't go with just same sex. So we went with girls and guys, and we didn't want to book because they're not going to book us anyways because we don't know Korean.
Yeah. How can you really talk to them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing because you can go to a booking club, but you don't have to book. But we'll talk more about that in a second. So we go to the place, and there's like a line in front where you have to kind of wait for a table, or
like a regular club.
A
regular club.
Yeah, I've been to real clubs.
Yeah.
But so what we do, we go there, and of course, like it's like sexy ass. No, he's not sexy, but he's like well dressed dude comes up, headphones and everything, and he's just like talking to us in Korean because
a Korean bouncer.
Apparently, we look Korean, even though I don't know any Korean. Josh knows some.
Yeah.
And he kind of was pretty much wanted to charge us more than regular because we're foreigners.
Yeah. But the thing was, we already had our language exchange friend inside the club, and we were just going to join her, and she has some connections in the club. She knows one of the DJs who works there. So we thought, hey, this is going to be pretty easy to get in. We're probably not going to have to pay much, if at all. And so let's go check it out. But here we get met with a bouncer guy, and he is wanting to charge us a pretty hefty amount of money for us to get in because we are foreigners. And our friend comes out and starts talking to him, and he's not budging, and she's not letting us go home.
Yeah, we were kind of feeling a little like, not racist on, but just kind of like, oh, they don't want us here,
like,
right?
F this guy.
We don't need this.
Yeah, we don't need this. We're not here to get booked. We're just here to see what it's like, have a few drinks with friends, and that's it. But he was making it very difficult for us.
Yeah, so that's a warning. Like, if you go and you don't know any Korean, you either have to pay out of your ass, or you might just want to forget about it and wait till you know someone that can help you because, we've only been to one. And we live in a small-ish city.
Big small town.
A big small city, I guess. It is the capital of our... Is it the capital of our region?
Yes, I want to say so.
And why is it not the biggest town in our region? Now that I think about it.
Oh, it might be... No, it might be the other one that's 30 minutes away from us.
Whatever. It's like a big small town. It's not the biggest town. It's not. We don't live in Seoul or anything like that. So we can't talk about that. But... Anyway, so we got in, finally.
Finally get in.
A lot of talking.
Yes.
And you walk in, it's like this multi-story kind of deal.
Yeah.
But the main area is just like, first to third floor is just like this big-ass empty area.
Yeah, right? Kind of like, a little bit like a warehouse, but it's did up like a club.
Yeah.
You have a dance floor, DJs, and a stage.
Except, unlike what I think of a normal club, like 3/4 of the floor is filled with tables.
Yeah, just tables with lights on them.
Yeah. So he leads us to the table. We sit down, and at this point, our Korean friend had gone back to her table to kind of deal with some stuff, and the waiter comes out with like 5 or 6 beers.
More than that, like 10 beers.
It was a lot of beers. He drops it on a table, starts opening them up, and he's like, "Yo, you got to pay us like $200."
And we're like, What?
Well, at first I was like, "Oh, is that the cheap price? Is that the normal price?"
Yeah.
And we were kind of freaking out because we were like, $200 is a lot of money, even between 5 people. We were with a lot of money just to check this.
It was somewhere between $100 and $200 for basically 10 beers.
Yeah, and to sit at this table.
Yeah. So it's, you're getting, they're about 12-ounce beers, so you're paying maybe $8-10 for a 12-ounce beer. That's kind of ridiculous. And then we find out that it's actually the foreigner price for beers.
Yeah.
So they have apparently prices set for foreigners for everything: getting a table,
getting in,
alcohol, getting in. And so we're starting to get a little bit frustrated. But he's opened up all the beers, and we're arguing with him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to argue with him because I speak the most Korean at the table, and thank heavens our Korean friend comes back and is like, "Yo, what are you trying to do here?
Hey,
yo, you trying to
yo, these people are dumb. Come on, don't
you trying to shortchange my friends?" And then she ends up ordering the beers for us because she's Korean, and
she gets the Korean price.
She gets the Korean price,
which I never found out how much it was.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was still pretty expensive. Even if it was half the price as what we were paying, that's still $4 for like a 12-ounce beer.
And this was Korean beer. Like, beer here is expensive if it's foreign.
Yeah.
But like if it's Korean, like, I mean, you can buy soju for $1. So like
$1.50.
Korean beers
US.
still pretty cheap here.
$1.50 US.
Yeah. So anyways, once we got all that shit figured out, we kind of finally got to look around. So they have this dance floor, and they have these like DJ sets, I will say.
Yeah.
So like
they mix them up.
Yeah, there's like 4 maybe or 5 rotations of DJs, and they kind of alternate between DJing and like Kpop choreography dances.
Kind of weird.
It's really strange. And the thing is though, they play music for 10 or 15 minutes. Everyone's on the dance floor, kind of dancing,
and then rest time,
and then everyone rests. Like they just turn off the music, turn on some like normal K-pop. Everyone clears the dance floor, walks back to their table, assumingly to talk or to drink more or to do the booking. So how did the booking work when we're sitting at the table?
So booking, the way it works is if you're a man and you're with a group of men, you get a table and you supply it with food and alcohol, kind of getting table service, like in Vegas or any other club. And you tell the server, this type of girl, look for, like, physical appearance-wise. Or you just pretty much go, I like her across that room. Bring her over here.
Yeah.
And he goes and literally grabs her by the wrist, brings her to your table against her will, with her friends kind of dragging in tow, and you talk to them. And if they don't like you, they leave. Now, if you're a girl, it's different. If you like a guy, you just grab him and talk to them. That's it.
Now, when you're booking, like, from what we've been told, there's really not much pressure. It's like you get brought to the table. If you can talk to them for 30 seconds, if you don't like them, you leave. No hard feelings, supposedly. Yeah. And
super speed dating is kind of what it's like.
It kind of is. It's like, I like you, bring me on, or it's just bring me a girl, whatever, sit down, have a talk, go dance a little bit, come back, and if you don't click or anything, like, so
see you later.
Who cares, right? But like, you don't have to book, so we didn't book at all. But so to do the actual booking, since it's dark as shit in there, like they have this like little lamp or this like glowy thing on your table, and if you want a waiter for anything, you just lift it,
raise it up,
and they'll come get you. Yeah. And they'll bring you girls, drag them to you. They'll bring you food or drinks or whatever.
It's funny that you mentioned it's dark because when you think about trying to, I guess, meet someone at a booking club, one, it's loud because it's a club, so you're barely going to be able to hear each other, let alone have a good conversation.
Do one of those things.
Or two, it's super dark. People wear a super amount of makeup or a whole bunch of, push-up bras or, suits, whatever.
True.
And so one, you're having a hard time clicking with them to see what their personality's like. And even if you did talk with them, it'd be hard to figure out what their personality's like because they're going to play themselves up. And two, it's so dark, how do you even know who's attractive? So I'm guessing you book by smell? I don't know. Shoot, it doesn't make much sense to me. but people want to get hooked up. People want to flirt. People want to talk to people.
I mean, I actually think the opposite of you. I think booking club is the same thing as any other club in America. You're just more efficient about it.
You're more efficient, and there's no games. There's no games. There's no, hey, girl, can I buy you a drink? I think you're beautiful. There's nothing like that. There's drinks on the table, food on the table, eat. So.
And, like, if you don't want to be booked, you don't have to be. So, like, if you're dancing on the dance floor, and in America, if some dude starts coming dancing on you, like, that's kind of creepy. I've heard a lot of girls in America, like, they don't want that. They go with a group of girls. They just want to dance. They just want to have fun. But, like, Korean guys don't really seem to do that here. They're like, if you want to talk to that girl, you need to book them. If they're not down for booking, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not as rapey, I don't think.
It's not as rapey, but I'm sure date rape goes on plenty of times. And also, if you're drinking drinks at another person's table, you don't know what's going to be in there.
That is true. Dangerous. You do leave your stuff, which is kind of a Korean thing in general. It's like they still trust each other a lot sometimes.
And this is a club. But the strange thing, even though it's a club, is that there is no grinding whatsoever.
Well, Korean club, it could have just been the group we were in, but I fucking can't dance, and I felt like a pro there. I felt like a pro.
I felt like freaking Michael Jackson. Like these guys can't dance.
No one can dance. No one had rhythm. I mean, okay, I don't want to say no one, but
yeah, there are a few people who can nod their head on beat.
And I actually like that because I've been to one club in America, and it's like, some people do that and they're good at it, and you're just like, I don't want to look like an idiot. But here it's like, I don't care. Like, I was dancing, or what passes as dancing for me, and it's like, okay, everyone sucks.
And everyone was dancing.
Yeah.
But no grinding.
Oh, of course.
Strangely, no grinding.
But the cool thing, at least the club we were at, well, I don't know if it's cool, but they have like these little raised platforms on the left and the right side where the girls or the ones that want to, the hotter ones, I don't know, would go up there and kind of dance.
There were some cuties there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we don't mean like, there's not like a pole there. They ain't doing that shit.
It's just a platform.
It's just a little platform. They're just doing their little kind of like whatever Korea dance is going on.
A little two-step.
Yeah. Just to look pretty. And then you see a lot of guys looking at them. I was looking at some of them. Mm-hmm. One in particular. But that was Josh. But
they let me up there. I don't know why.
I know. And then there were just some weird things like, so for then the K-pop choreography thing would come out, and like this one girl will do this like crazy thing to like, what songs did she do? Like the girl, her songs.
Yeah, like can't remember. I think it was a sister song.
Whatever. It was just like a K-pop thing, right? She's like doing sexy dance moves. She's wearing like a bikini. It's really sexy. Everyone's like
panties.
Cheering for her, because you're not dancing while she's dancing, right? You're just kind of cheering for her.
Just like, yeah.
And then her set's gone, and then DJ will come out, then their set's done, and then 5 dudes will come out and do a male K-pop choreography dance. And people are cheering them on, guys and girls, and then they stop. It's just, it's so different, I guess, than being just in a club with just blaring music 24/7 and,
Yeah, it's pretty surprising to me that they have that kind of break period in between, which to me makes a lot of sense. If you're there to talk to people, that's the time where you talk to people, right?
But the break's never that long. Mm-hmm. The break's like 5 minutes to 10 minutes, maybe.
About length of like 2 songs, maybe.
Yeah. And so, but I guess it's a good time to like get a new person and introduce yourself, talk a little bit. Hey, let's go dance.
Yeah. But the main thing you're going there to do is book. You're not going there to dance. That's for like a nightclub.
Right.
There are actually more than one level of kind of rooms or tables, because the 2nd and 3rd floor, maybe up to the 4th or 5th floor of the building, there's private rooms.
Yeah.
And private rooms are kind of like a champagne room or something like that. But we weren't in there. We don't know what went on in there. But apparently it's more expensive, obviously.
Definitely.
And you have your servers just bring girls to you constantly if you're guys, or if you're girls, you just go grab guys, bring them to your room. And it's pretty private, so I'm not sure.
We don't know what goes on in there.
I don't know what you do up there, what you need privacy for.
But Korea's got a lot of rooms for that kind of stuff,
DVD rooms.
Norbong rooms even. Fucking just any room.
Any room, any privacy room. Any privacy room.
Yeah. So, you know, that's our experience with kind of a booking club in Korea. We were there until what, like 4:30 a.m.?
Yeah.
Which,
basically, when we went home, the sun was coming up.
Yeah, which is really late for me, but
Korean
maybe
Korean
that's normal. Like
Korean
a normal clubbing, like when you go clubbing with your friends, even in America. I don't know. Not cool. But what was your overall experience? The whole time, like from the music choices to the way the DJs were like hyping up the crowd with like vague English sentences to like passing around tequila bottles randomly during a DJ set.
So they had pretty much free alcohol that they're pouring into the crowd's mouth, like, oh, here, take a hit of this, take a hit of this.
Yeah.
And to me, that was a little bit kind of foolish if you're owning the club, because if you have a whole bunch of drunk people means spending money for one, that's good. But if you can't control them, then it means throwing up, it means fights, it means a whole bunch of other things. But I didn't see any throw up, but people are they're staggering drunk.
It is Korea. They do know how to handle their liquor-ish. Yeah. Actually, there was a fight. Two of our friends went to the bathroom, and apparently there was a fight in the girls' bathroom. And there was like hair on the floor and all that stuff. So...
It was nasty.
Guys, we know how to handle ourselves, but those girls, they're getting angry at each other.
These places make sense when you think about how Korean families are made up. You're usually living with your parents, maybe for your whole life. And so if you want to get, something, hook up with someone, then you need to find a place to do it. Booking club, motels
everywhere.
Bong, room. Any room that you can get.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was fun. I don't know.
Interesting.
Like, I wish I could experience the booking part, but obviously they will not let us do that. And I don't know if I want to do that, but I still do think that, like, it's such a effective system for the people that want to do that, right? Because there are hundreds and millions of dudes that I know in America that just go clubbing every night, just hook up with girls, and like seems like a way easier, way more straightforward. You know what you're here for. I know what I'm here for. Let's just get her done,
And hey, it's efficient. It's efficient.
So that's two Waygooks in Korea. If you like this video, please tell us what you want to hear. We have been here for about 3 months now.
A little bit over 3 months.
And we're going to be here for a while, I think.
At least a year.
So just tell us if you want to know about anything. We're going to be doing a couple of these whenever we feel like it. And just tell us what you like.
We already have a few ideas, but tell us what you want, and we'll either go out and do it, or we'll have done it.
And also, we host a podcast called This Week in Kpop. It's like right up there. You can find us on iTunes, or you can find the video version on YouTube. So we talk about Kpop, all the new Kpop releases, some Kpop news. We do it every week. It's about an hour long, or more, or less. So check that out. We also do reaction videos to Kpop, so it's somewhere on this channel. Subscribe. Pretty please. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you again next time.